A good financial plan has several components which really help you in taking charge of your finances and also helps towards your journey to financial freedom. This is the second episode of our personal finance management series, and we're going to talk about different aspects in your own personal finance management. Hello, good people. Hope you're doing well. Jessie is my name, and on this channel, we talk about finance, personal development, travel, and charity. If this is your kind of content, kindly consider subscribing and turn on the notification bell so that you're notified every time we upload a new video. Onto the video of the day. We're going to talk about good financial plan components. Leave a comment down below if you have any additional other than the ones we're going to mention. Number one is budgeting. For you to start on your financial journey, the first thing is to come up with a budget. If you don't have a budget, check our previous videos. I'll try to link them down below where we shared the different ways of coming up with a budget, whether you have a high income, low income, maybe you don't have a stable income, you can always fit into any of the budgets that we came up with. I'm going to leave the videos down below, or you can just check a playlist which has a collection of the budgets. The budget will help you in aligning your income with your expenses, because at least if you every month you're receiving X amount of money, you need to budget for this money so that come the next month you're in a position to keep up. Otherwise, if you find yourself with a deficit budget, that means you'll be failing yourself somewhere. Leave a comment down below if you have a surplus budget, that is, your income exceeds your expenditure. The next component is managing liquidity. Sometimes you find yourself in a situation whereby you get some money, get excited, and forget your main expenses. Have you ever felt rich for a month or 2 days actually? Sometimes when it's payday and some people get paid, they feel rich and they forget that this money has expenses, either maybe for the family, your own personal expenses, maybe you have a loan to pay, and you enjoy for the first 2 days. And then when it comes to meeting your expenses, you're not able to because your income has already reduced, maybe to a significant amount. It is very important to ensure that you align your budget with your income. The next component is planning for your large purchases. Remember, we all have large purchases. You have that dream thing that you want. You have your dream car. You want to upgrade your fridge. You want to upgrade your TV. You want to upgrade even maybe your house. You have dreams. And those dreams may sometimes involve those large purchases. You may be wanting to, in the long run, to own your own home. So you're on that journey. Ensure that these large purchases are considered somewhere in your budget because they're not going to surprise you. If maybe in the next 2 years you want to change something in your house, even your sofas, for instance, if you consider them large purchases, you need to start planning now so that when that time comes, you're not financially strained. Unless, of course, you're in a position to buy them cash. The next thing is managing your risk. We all have a certain appetite of risk, of course, for those people who are not risk averse. When you're doing your projects, whether it is investing, whether it is your day-to-day, you have to experience a certain percentage of risk. So you need to have ways of managing your risk. For instance, for maybe where you live, you may take a home insurance cover. That means you're protecting your stuff from any eventualities. You may also take a cover for your car. For instance, I don't think in Kenya you can drive a car without insurance cover. That is also a way of protecting your car. There are so many things that you can protect. You can also take a medical cover. This caters for your medical expenses in case they arise. Or you can actually take a life cover which protects the people who matter to you in case you're no longer there to take care of them. The next thing is investing your money. We said that once you save for your emergency, the next thing is to focus on your investment. You have to have a strategic plan of how you're going to invest. You don't want to invest aimlessly, and when you're not getting returns, you're just complaining and saying, I tried this business, I tried this investment, I tried these stocks, and they're not bringing in the returns I expected. Number one, maybe you just decided to try by yourself. You didn't seek professional help in making a decision, or you decided to just randomly do different things, or you'll find sometimes people receive advice but they still do whatever they want. So it depends on how your risk appetite is. Some people are very risk averse and they will only focus on the investments which will bring you returns, but it's low returns, as you're a bit worried about exposing yourself to risk. But remember, the higher the risk, the higher the returns. The lower the risk, the lower the risk, the lower the returns. Don't forget that aspect, even as you focus on saying that you're scared of taking risks. The next thing is planning for your retirement. We will not overemphasize this enough. Retirement is going to come. It may not be today, tomorrow, the next 10 years, but it is still going to come. As much as life expectancy is considered less today, you never know. Maybe you will take up from your grandparents or your great grandparents and you live for a long time and you don't want to be a burden to people, or you age miserably. You have seen those people who age in a situation that they don't have anyone to take care of them and they don't have any source of income to support them. It is so painful because you'll see someone just languishing in poverty when they don't have energy to work. When you're still working is when you need to ensure you cushion yourself from being a dependent when you're aged. And I don't think children are still a pension plan. Leave a comment down below if you feel that you can still rely on your children as your pension plan. Previously, you could see parents saying that once you educate your children, they are going to help you. And I'm sure some children never even go back to help their parents. Let me tell you, if you help your parents, you just earn your blessings because they will be happy and you'll be happy. And it's not like you're actually helping them. Remember, they took care of you as much as you didn't ask them to bring you to this world. They're just giving back what they invested. Whatever you spend is like a token of appreciation of they're taking care of you. The next thing is record keeping. This also is something that you really need to take cognizance of, because sometimes you find yourself having huge investments and you even overlook some of your investments because maybe there are too many or they're just running. But remember, you need to have a proper record. I have seen or heard before that when someone passes on, no one knows where their investments are. If you're keeping records, at least someone will bump into one of your diaries, your notebooks, and they will be able to ascertain their position. Don't be too secretive. I know people say, I don't know, your spouse may decide to kill you to inherit you, or something bad can happen to you so that whatever you have invested can pass on to them. I think you need to just take the right precaution. Maybe you can even do the legal process way rather than just hiding everything, such that even if you don't disclose to your spouse or to the people around you, at least you have a will which will be able to show them that you have these specific assets. In our country, they came up with a system whereby if there's no claim for something after their demise, they are reported to a specific body, and that body holds custody of those assets until they are claimed. But you can imagine that you have your own family, you have your kids, you have your spouse, and they don't even have an idea of your assets. That's still fine if you want to take it as a precaution, but leave a will. At the very least, leave a will. For the components to be successful, you have to have personal finance management skills, and we're just going to highlight them because they're straightforward. One is budgeting, basically coming up with your budget. The next thing is being wise with your credit. We said borrow for something which will grow you, not just for basics. And that way, most likely whatever you use for the borrowing is going to bring you returns. The next thing is being very smart in managing your existing debts. Do not get yourself into becoming a slave of debt, and especially debt which is not helping you. The next thing is planning and focusing on your future. You may not know how long you're going to live, but you need to plan for it. The worst thing is we all have fear of unknown, and this is one of the unknowns that we take precaution without knowing what to expect. Thank you so much for keeping up with this series. We are heading to part 3. If you missed part 1, please check it out. And if you have watched this far, thank you so much. And if you're a returning viewer, subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to watch our videos. We appreciate the new people who are joining the family. We welcome you to the Just family, and we are glad to have you. Please, if you're new or if you subscribe for the first time, leave a comment down below and say you're a new subscriber. We will be happy to welcome you to the family. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you on our next one. Bye.